Two of the books in the Big Three in downtown Salt Lake City. Andre Owens, four-pointer. Can you count that high? Sparking a 14-0 run for Three's Company late. Then Joe Johnson behind 23 points. And Al Jefferson, a successful return to Salt Lake City. They're now 5-1 atop the Big Three, and we'll close it out late night from Salt Lake City. Bivouac versus Aliens with Brandon Tierney, Coach Avery Johnson. I'm Carter Blackburn. We came into the night talking about how you're headed towards the playoffs. We have had two impactful games in the standings. Now for Bivouac, Aliens, time to make a move.
Yeah, it's time to make a move. And, you know, talking to tiny Nate Archibald, you know, he needs his team to get off to a good start. And, you know, when they get off to a good start, he feels that they can set the tone and set the pace for the rest of this game. Just like we saw in our last game. You know, Joe Johnson came out, established his team from the start, and he was able to rest for the first time in his Big Three career.
Amazingly some rest. Take a look at the rosters for this one, brought to you by State Farm. You have Bynum, who is out with a rib injury, so that's big for Bivouac. And meanwhile, for the Aliens, you have Andre Owens and Shannon Brown, who are starting to come on. So for Bivouac, without Bynum, you need somebody else to step up. Anthony Morrow did that last week versus Three's Company with 15 points. And then meanwhile, for Aliens, you have a 1-2 punch starting to come on for Tiny Archibald's team with Brown and Owens.
And we just saw a 1-2 punch, as we alluded to, with Joe Johnson and Al Jefferson. And now Shannon Brown and Owens, you know, and Shannon Brown, he expanded his range to the 4-point line. He's never been known for as a 4-point shooter or 3-point shooter. And then in the second half, Andre Owens was on fire and, you know, balanced. He was just really good in all facets of the game.
And so for Nate, Tiny Archibald from the Bronx, NBA champ, basketball Hall of Famer, his Aliens have won 2 of 3. And for Bivouac, Inglewood, California, Reggie Theus, first season as a Big Three head coach. And if you're wondering, Bivouac, Army Ant Colony. So they want to swarm you. They want to get nasty. They want to put that sting into you early. Rush starts with a 4-point shot. 4 on the back, 4 in the books. Brandon Rush comes out firing again.
It'd be interesting to see how much of a factor Greg Oden is in this game, because in their last game, Tiny Nate decided to go small, and that paid dividends for him. You know, their small lineup finished the game on a 26-14 run.
Oden misses his first look, followed up, stripped away. Morrow got a hand on it, out of bounds. Well, Rush ended last week with a 3-pointer from the top of the key. Starts with a 4-pointer here.
Just amazing confidence. And he's saying, Coach, you spent a lot of time talking about Joe Johnson the last game. He's not the only one that has 4-point range.
That's right. Now, Rush had that dramatic game winner last week in OKC. This is Josh Smith on Greg Oden. Turnaround, follows his miss. Kick out, Anthony Morrow. Greg Oden has the board. Rush in the corner again, quick trigger, and a quick 7 points for Brandon Rush, coming out firing. First 7 from Brandon Rush. Smith can't answer with a 3.
You know, Smith had a big game earlier versus the Triplets. He had 22 points, but he's only averaging 8 points in his last 3 games. They definitely need more production out of him.
Into Oden off the feed from Rush, and a hard foul down low from Josh Smith. So 4 earlier and now 3 more.
Yeah, and Brandon Rush is another guy that once he can get his feet set, especially from the corners, you know, he has a lot of confidence, but I think the 4-point shot really sparked him.
Oden finally on the board. Aliens now have 9, so you got to win by 2, play into 50, no game clock. Free throws, wherever you get fouled, you get 1 shot for that amount of points, and including the 4-point shot, as Brandon Rush has demonstrated already. Smith misses the three from outside. Morrow keeps it alive.
As much as, Brandon Rush, established his confidence from behind the three-point line, I think the same thing for Josh Smith. He's going to need to see one go down, because if not, they're not going to guard him out that far, and he won't be able to take advantage of Greg Oden's size.
Shannon Brown, nasty steal, and sets it up for Oden. So it's Rush with the first 7, and then Oden now with 4 straight for Aliens. That's about as tough as it gets there from Glover. Shannon Brown tries the 3. Long rebound, Josh Smith. Smith attacking Greg Oden off the bounce. Kick to the corner, Glover.
In that situation, obviously Glover has the capability of making a three-point shot, but in the perfect world, I would have made one more pass to Anthony Morrow.
Morrow left alone for 3 and makes him pay. That's why you want to put the ball in his hands. Right, Avery?
Yes, absolutely. Morrow has been a very good three-point shooter throughout his career.
Rush step back again. That looked like last week's game winner. Morrow has all 7 for Bivouac.
In this situation, there's nobody between, Anthony Morrow and New York City and saying, Coach, that's an insult.
Yeah, that's a long way, New York City to Salt Lake City.
Yeah, right.
Morrow in tight. Oden bothered the shot. Got a piece of it. Kept it alive. Rush dunks it down. That is 9 of the first 13 from Brandon Rush.
That's what I love about big guys. When you can block a shot and not block it out of bounds, but keep the play alive so that we can give our team a chance to be effective. So he blocks the shot and now gets it to Rush for a two-handed dunk.
Aliens had the closer last week. Shakedown Street, Rock Chalk, Jayhawk style against the Ghost Ballers in OKC. Brandon Rush with the game ender. Tonight, it was Brandon Rush getting it started. He has 9 of the first 13, and Brandon Rush is with Brandon Tierney.
Yeah, he's living right, and he's living pretty large. Now, first of all, you dropped the dagger, and I know you didn't want to get on the bus because, you hit a big shot like that, you want to keep going, and it shows. You come out, you drop a 4, even squeezed in a dunk back there.
Yeah, I'm feeling good today. Guys looking for me, guys making sure I get some touches and get some easy looks. And I was playing off me at the 4-point line, so I just took it and it went in. So.
But that's the kind of thing, you have to make sure the legs are warm out of the shoot here, because first possession, you got to make sure you're loose.
Yeah, you got to make sure you're loose because you don't get too much warm-up time here. So I'm in the back getting ready. Everybody's getting ready. So
all right, so where are you guys at as a team right now? Where's the energy?
The energy is coming from our defense. We playing good defense. Just trying to find our shooters, making sure Greg gets some touches on the low post, and just to continue to play defense.
All right, B-Rush dropping bombs.
All right, yep.
Okay, guys, back to you.
9 of the first 13, and then Oden has 4, and the alien scoring punch of Brandon Rush and Greg Oden has carried the load. Meanwhile, Anthony Morrow, all 7 for Bivouac. Top 4 teams make the playoffs. Important game here. Both these teams trying to get to 3-3. Josh Smith misses it. c.j.leslie finds him again. Smith, oh, he was thinking about a big one.
Yeah, he wanted to bring the house down with that dunk. It'll be pretty interesting how long tiny Nate Archibald is going to stick with Greg Oden. Because, the Golden State Warriors they had a Hampton 5 team with Durant and all of those guys. But Tiny Nate has a versatile 3 lineup when he goes small with Rush and Owens and Brown. And that's a lethal team. So it's going to be interesting once he goes to that lineup to see if they have the same type of success that they had last week.
And we'll see how long Oden goes. I mean, still I would say that the physical questions have been answered by Greg Oden's consistent performance, but he's not going to be out there the entire game.
No, he's not going to play the entire game. But they're going to try to feed him in the post and see if he can get deep post position. The only problem is tonight he's playing against one of the best post defenders in Josh Smith. One of the best post defenders in the Big 3.
Rush attacking on Leslie, knocked away. Into the hands of Smith. Morrow has it. Smith, wide open triple.
That situation, Smith struggled from behind the three-point line, go right back to Anthony Morrow. It's all about, you know, percentages.
Back Smith, 0 for 7 shooting start.
I remember I had a coach, Don Nelson, and I got off to an 0 for 7 in the start of the game, and he said, AJ, would you please pass the ball? You're open for a reason.
Really cuts to the heart of the matter, Nelly, right?
Yeah. He was always a truth teller.
Still is. Oden and Rush have scored all of the Aliens' points. Now Shannon Brown trying to get involved. Rush, two-man game with Oden. Off the screen, Rush, tough 2.
Bivouac is doing a nice job of forcing Brandon Rush to put the ball on the floor and taking away his three-point shots.
Leslie follows his miss. Smith aggressive on Oden again. This time draws a foul.
Yeah, if he'd made that dunk, I think that'll help his confidence a little bit, but he's still aggressive.
You know he's going to be aggressive at the rim. I mean, that's no question about it. One of the best dunkers around.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not how you start, but it's how you finish, and who knows? He's had a tough start.
And there you go. Follow your miss. Finally get one in the hoop.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to see the ball go in the basket.
Morrow's have a scoring lead early for Bivouac. And now Rush aggressive off the bounce. Well, let's go back to the free throw. And then Josh Smith at the tough start, but at least you're following your miss.
Yeah, and that was Brandon Rush's mistake because he didn't squeeze on the free throw line. When you're the top guy in that position, your job, especially in the big three, you have to help him squeeze the big guy like Greg Oden and then try to box out the shooter. So you got to do 2 jobs.
Rattles out for Rush. Smith on Oden. It is 1-on-1. Shot clock winding down. Oden draws another foul. Owens comes over to help out.
As this game moves on, I think you'll see Josh Smith pass the ball, go set some screening rolls, because just trying to take Oden off the dribble, that's not going to be as effective. There's just not enough space, especially if he's not making his three-point shot. Oden is just going to sit in the lane and wait for him.
And Oden will get a break. Ryan Hollins into the game. So again, Greg Oden sets the tone early on both offense and defense. And now Reggie Theus and Bivouac, we'll see how they attack without Greg Oden around the rim. Rush has been attacking from the get-go.
Speaking of Reggie Theus, you had a really nice lunch today, Carter.
Yes, it was, courtesy
Really
of
nice
Reggie.
lunch.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Reg.
Yeah, it's picking up the and then one of those flashbacks of AJ against the Jazz had Reggie Theus on the mic, so that was fun. It's Reggie Theus Day here in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Nothing bad to say about Reggie after he picks up lunch.
Yeah, you didn't have to use your per diem.
No, hey. Wait, day ain't over yet, right? c.j.leslie. Yeah, so this was, let's see, this 96 Western Conference semis with Reggie.
Yes, and we're trying to trap John Stockton, my old teammate Jerry Jackson and I, and Reggie's looking at us with that, it's not going to work, guys.
I'm sure the analysis was exactly that.
Try another defense. He's too crafty.
Try a little some Inglewood, California's own Reggie Theus. First season Big 3 head coach, been a head coach for Mexico State, Cal State, Northridge. Tied early between two teams trying to stay in playoff contention. Leslie kick out, wide open 3. Williams, Smith nearly got it from behind over Hollins.
And just overall, what an incredible lineup of coaches we have.
Absolutely.
all of these legends of the game, George Gervin, Dr. J, Rick Barry, Lisa Leslie, Nancy Lieberman. It's amazing.
Tiny's in the Hall of Fame from Bronx through Arizona Western and UTEP in college. And then the NBA career, including the '81 championship with the Celtics.
Pistol Pete Maravich of the New Orleans Jazz.
Right.
Obviously was somebody that was one of my idols, but also Tiny Nate Archibald, because I was looking for somebody that was short and left-handed that I can look up to.
And so the undersized guys stick together till present day, right?
Yes, we still stick together.
That's Avery and Tiny in it together. Now, you grew up watching the Jazz in New Orleans, right?
Yes, and I was heartbroken when the Jazz left New Orleans to move to Salt Lake City. But I've forgiven them.
Especially when you surpassed the Jazz and won that championship. Tomorrow morning, 8 Eastern Time, CBS Sports Network is live from Belgium. Some of the world's most impressive drivers go head-to-head. And the Blancpain GT World Challenge Endurance Europe on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Carter Blackburn, Avery Johnson, Brandon Tierney here in Salt Lake City. My mom, Dina, huge Avery Johnson fan. I mean, she is so happy that we're finally on the mic together. Hasn't met Brandon yet, but I'm sure she'd be a big fan as well. So, Dream Team, shout out to moms.
Yeah,
so,
tell Mom, hello.
That's right.
Love
well, there you go. We're happy to have number 6. It's retired in the Raptors in San Antonio. 3 stints with the Spurs, 1999, the championship, the NBA Coach of the Year, Dallas Mavericks, most recently with the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Well, that's when I was at 5.5% body fat. My body doesn't look like that.
No, I think it's still lean. I think you and Charles Oakley still getting out there and playing.
No, lean is not the word.
Efficient.
Yeah, David Robinson and I, we had body fat contests.
Yeah.
On who can have the lowest body fat.
Hey, you keep in touch with all those guys, haven't you?
Yeah, we do, and it's the 20th year from us after winning the first championship in '99. So we had a chance to call around and talk to each other, text each other, and we're probably going to have a celebration during the next NBA season of that championship team.
Leslie Smith finally with the hammer. Well, I know what Greg Popovich is doing now. I mean, there's no, yeah, he's still in the saddle.
Yes.
And now with Tim Duncan coming to coach with him.
What a nice surprise.
Right.
Have a legend, future Hall of Famer like Tim be on the bench. I'm curious to see what he's going to wear, because, you know, coaches have to wear a suit. The tie is optional.
Right.
But here's a guy that wore shorts.
Right, I was
and a
going to say,
t-shirt
Tim style.
to accept one of his MVP awards with then Commissioner David Stern.
So we'll see if the flip-flops come around for Tim on the bench. Reggie and Tiny both going with the athleisure wear. Golf shirt, collar, but intense on the sidelines here. Hollins wants it down low. Hollins gonna get called for the hook. That's an offensive foul.
Probably would have been better for Owens to take the three-point shot in that situation. His man was basically almost, you know, in halfway down trying to defend, help on Hollins' post-up. So it would have been good for him, a good decision, instead of passing it in that time to take that shot.
c.j.leslie can't convert. Andre Owens brings it back. Hollins wants it again in the post. Now back to Owens. Owens, late kick. Baden attacking, ripped away. What a block by c.j.leslie. Denial in the paint on the drive from Vaden.
It's interesting, early in our games, you know, Jason Max Hill got called for a foul in game 1 for Three's company, and then they allowed that one to play on.
Goes down as a great block. D'ing it up. Owens wants it back. Hollins gives it up. And an easy 2, Bivouac.
They're not calling any touch fouls down there in the paint, so Hollins has struggled to score. Should probably come and set a pick and roll.
Owens takes it himself and draws a foul. Gonna count the bucket. Goaltending, count it. And a chance at a three-point play for Andre Owens with Greg Oden coming back into the game.
Impressive drive by Owens. They've been trying to establish Hollins in the paint, but just said this time I'm going to take my man off the dribble.
And now Oden back in. It was Rush and Oden carrying the scoring load early for Aliens. Tough stretch for Ryan Hollins. Gets a break.
Yeah, great move by Tiny Nate Archibald getting Greg Oden back in the game.
Owens completes the three-point play.
Yeah, give Ryan Hollins a chance to just recalibrate a little bit. Get yourself back together, confident.
Owens takes it. Leslie pulls it. Leslie eyes the three. c.j.leslie stepping outside. Halftime at 25. Bivouac almost there. Oden draws two. Draws a pop. Morrow able to send it to halftime. So they rip it away from Oden. Morrow gets a bucket. Bivouac by 6 at the break.
Yeah, yep. And look for Tiny Nate Archibald in the second half to make an adjustment because their post offenses hasn't been very effective.
Leslie with the three. It's a 15-5 run. Bivouac sending it to half. Leslie pokes it out. Morrow there. Morrow carries the load. 13 at the break. Reggie Theus with Brandon Tierney.
All right, Coach, interesting matchup. Greg Oden, obviously a lot of size in the paint. You're doing a pretty good job on him. What are you doing?
Well, you know, he's physical. We've, you know, Josh did a great job on him early, but he got in foul trouble. The guys coming off the bench, it's always about the whole team and how the guys come off the bench. C.J. and Shawne have done a great job tonight.
I want to ask you this. I had you in Indianapolis in the opening weekend, and we talked about what you thought your team might be. Here we are a little bit past the halfway point. Are they what you thought they would be?
We are, but we're injured. Without Will Bynum, we don't have a primary ball handler nor a guy that just goes out and gets shots or buckets, and that we missed that.
Well, get dressed up. You can still ball, right?
Yeah, I got about 3 minutes.
But we know you're going to shoot.
Hey, I can do that.
Thanks, Coach. Guys, back to you.
The great Reggie Theus. So without Will Bynum, it's Anthony Morrow who's again carrying the load. Bivouac, 15-5 run. They lead it by 6 at the break. Game 3 of 3 in the Big 3. Downtown Salt Lake City at the half. Bivouac 26-20 on the Aliens with Brandon Tierney, Coach Avery Johnson, Carter Blackburn. And when you have two teams who need a win to stay in the playoff hunt, you're going to get a tight game. That's what we have so far.
And especially for Reggie Theus and Bivouac, this is a great position for them to be in, especially with the absence of Will Bynum, you know, arguably their best player. So to have a lead at half, I think they're well positioned, but they got to continue to, you know, play well in the second half and try to get the Aliens in foul trouble, especially with their big guys, Oden and Hollins, when they're on the floor.
Well, the Aliens can fire from outer space, and Brandon Rush can fire from outer space. The four-pointer to get it started. He backs that up with a three. First 7 points of the game for the Aliens. He and Oden had the early lead, but then Anthony Morrow taking over as we expected.
Yeah, Morrow, especially when he's, you know, not only making threes, but scoring inside. You know, those 13 points in the first half gave his team a ton of confidence, and you cannot leave him wide open.
So half of Bivouac scoring has come from Anthony Morrow. Brandon Rush with those 7 early points early, 9 right now. They'll need more in the second half from the Aliens, and the head coach of the Aliens, Nate Tiny Archibald with Brandon Tierney.
Hall of Famer. All right, Coach, if you were still playing, you could say, clear out, I'm going to get a bucket. You're not playing, you're coaching, a little different. How do you get you guys to bounce back? Good start, and then they kind of lost it. What happened?
Well, we still play pretty good defense. We're not getting enough baskets going to the basket, and they shooting the ball well. We got some open shots, but my thing is we got to get some stops. Okay, the game was close for a while. They got the momentum right now, and hopefully the second part of it, we can come back.
You guys got some size up front. We know that. Hollins, obviously, Greg Oden. Are they getting proper space? And when they get the space, are they aggressive with the space?
They're not getting aggressive enough, and they're coming from behind and tipping a lot of balls, and they got a lot of loose balls on us. But we got to be, maintain our defense first and stop them, and then go into our offense. We probably got the youngest bigs in the leagues, but they got to be more aggressive with the ball. We can't keep losing the ball and they score baskets on us.
Hey, Tiny wants more aggressive basketball. You got to play more aggressively. Thanks a lot, Coach. Appreciate it.
That sounds like Tiny. Stay aggressive, right?
Stay aggressive, and what he's saying is when his bigs get single coverage in the post, and they're not double teaming the post, he wants his bigs to be strong with the ball, two hands, balance, and finish in the paint.
So why wait for that second defender? Just go up with it.
Yeah, make a quick move. Catch the ball, but I think Tiny may need to run some cross-screen actions to get his bigs, easier catches instead of throwing the ball to him at 14 feet off and off the box.
Oden out there for the Aliens to begin the second half. There's Greg Oden with the rebound. Owens and Rush. Quick touch for Greg Oden. So here comes the double. Now creating for Andre Owens. Oden gets the offensive board, creates for Brandon Rush. Why not? Rush. That is a long two. Foot was on the line, two more Brandon Rush.
That's where Oden can have a major impact with his size, offensive rebounds, and that's one of the easiest ways to get wide open threes, offensive rebounds and kickouts.
11 now for Rush. Had 9 of the first 13. Morrow. Shot clock violation. Didn't get it off in time.
Yeah, bad decision by Morrow. He had the mismatch. But Greg Oden, smart play. Offensive rebound, get the ball out to the shooter. Brandon Rush got the Aliens off to a great start with the 4-point shot to begin the game and the 3-point shot back to back. So he's a hot player. Get him the ball.
Owens on Morrow. Top two, Leslie has the board. Leslie banging in tight. Rush. There's a shot fake, and c.j.leslie finishes.
Smart play. That's a high basketball IQ play. I got the defense in the bind. Pump fake. I know mid-range game in basketball with some teams are becoming obsolete, but pump fakes are still in fashion.
You can still get it done, right? I mean, there's Leslie, gets everybody up in the air unopposed to the rim.
And that pump fake and finish was a beautiful move, but not as nice as your jacket.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, Avery. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's got to be back by midnight. Otherwise, I charge extra.
You still have the tag.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Oden misses the free throw. Hey, I appreciate that. I'll take all the love. Leslie banging with Rush. There's an easy two for the big man, Greg Oden.
And you're just not going to get that call. You have to be strong and tough with the ball, secure the basketball. Those loose ball turnovers, that's another way that the Aliens are generating some offense. Great defense by Brandon Rush. Easy basket for the Aliens.
I mean, defense pays easy dividends in this league when you don't have to clear it off a steal, ball doesn't touch it. I mean, that's in the half-court game, that's a quick transition to. Playing to 50, have to win by 2. Owens on Morrow. Here's Rush. Rush, 3, stepping into it. Morrow, that's a good hustle rebound from Morrow, but he cannot secure it. Back to the Aliens.
Look for Owens to go to the glass.
Oden They catch him sleeping. Bivouac was arguing something on the baseline. Quick inbounds, easy two for Oden.
They were cross-matched, and because of it, they weren't matched up. Looked like they maybe wanted a review. That was Josh Smith signaling for a review, and he didn't get it.
Question of the shot clock violation, but it's still play ball until they tell you to stop.
Yep. If Josh Smith, if he makes that shot the rest of the night, it's lights out.
Yeah. After the 0 for 7 start, right? And then Smith commits a foul on Oden.
You know the referee called the foul in that situation, but they're going to have to take a look at Greg Oden and Hollins' footwork in the paint. I think they're traveling before they make their move. They're not establishing the pivot foot.
See if we can pick it up this time. Double on Oden, post away. So Morrow a chance. Owens gets it right back. Owens kick out. Rush, triple. Transition three. Aliens get another one off a steal. Back within 3.
And Coach Nate Archibald talked about it. It's not our offense, it's our defense. We have to pick up our defensive intensity, and then we'll score, you know, baskets a little bit easier.
Number 22, Greg Oden.
It's great when a team can take on the personality of his coach. And he demanded that they hustle more, play more defense, and now that led to an easy shot. And Rush was so wide open, he could easily step back to the 4-point line, attempted a 4-point shot.
He started with a 4-point shot, did Rush. Rush and Oden each with 10. Oden wants it again. From the post this time, taken away by Williams. So Smith. Shot still not falling for Smith. Oden banging with Williams. Oden. Foul on the floor on Williams.
That was a terrific read by Oden. Williams was trying to take away his left shoulder, move towards the middle of the paint. And I wouldn't quite call it a Hakeem Olajuwon spin, but it was a spin.
Not exactly dream shake material, but you know, we'll have to dream up something for Oden's spin move. Rush, another top 2. Brandon Rush feeling it early, and now trying to lead the Aliens' comeback against Bivouac. Smith. Oden got a hand on it, so did Rush.
Good position defense by Rush and Oden. Situations like that when Josh Smith drives to the basket and it's that much pressure defensively, you got to find the open man.
Rush and Oden carrying the scoring load, 22-31, almost 3 more. There's Oden. Couldn't finish that easy one. Smith clears it.
And that's what Tiny Nate Archibald was talking about in his interview. Big guys, finish your layups around the paint.
And it turns into 3 for Morrow. 3 more. He has 16, and Bivouac lead it by 6. Late night. A break in Salt Lake.
All right, it's about that time.
Bivouac by 6, Aliens 37-31. Time now for the B1 shot of the game. And this is one where everybody touches it, and it starts, Avery, with defense.
Starts with defense, steal, finishes. Post defense is critical in this game, and Bivouac is doing a nice job because Greg Oden and Ryan Hollins, they haven't been effective offensively in the post, and because they haven't been effective, Bivouac has been able to create some steals and generate some offense with their defense.
It is a Bivouac team who's lost 3 of 4, so trying to get back to 500 and remain in playoff contention. And it has been tight from the early going.
And this is the lineup that we've been waiting for. The versatile 3 lineup that led them to victory last week.
Smith dunk, but it's that smaller lineup from Tiny Archibald.
Yeah, and it's a smaller lineup, and now that you're small, you don't have a great post defender in there. You don't have a lot of size. So we'll see if Reggie Theus and his team can take advantage of it.
Rush crossing over. Rush lost it. Gets the handle back, tries the 3. Brandon Rush! Get it back into his hands. 19 now for Brandon Rush.
This game is going to go down to the wire. The Aliens have the advantage from behind the 3-point line.
So the small ball for the Aliens. Rush off the look from Owens. Hot hand, foul. Brown going for that rebound.
Because they're small, Shannon Brown's trying to guard Smith, defend him in the post. And you really can't get out of position defensively and take a chance because it's 3-on-3. There's not many guys on the backside.
He was ready this time. Rush gets the block on Smith. Smith comes right back at it. That's sticking with it.
Yeah, he got off to an 0-for-7 start. And he got a little bit of a right-handed jump hook to go early in the game to give him some confidence. Couple of dunks.
Playing to 50, have to win by 2. So getting late already for the Aliens. Brown, 3. Williams. Smith's going to touch it again. Out of the post, Morrow on Owens. Owens rips it, but he got too aggressive with the foul.
Smart decision by Smith. He didn't have a deep post up against Brown, even though he has a size advantage, and he kicked the ball out to Morrow. Now he's doing a great job, Josh Smith, of mixing his game up. Whereas early in the game, he was just trying to shoot threes like Jeff Hornacek said.
Right. Oh, Smith, aggressive, draws a foul. I mean, he's going to attack that rim. Fouls on Russ. Smith to the line. 1 shot, 2 points. We'll bring him within 7 of a win.
It's a tale of 2 halves for Josh Smith.
And you knew when it was 0-for-7 early from outside, it was going to change and come around. And here he is on the verge of a double-double. Aliens with a small lineup, hoping for a comeback late. Owens trying to follow his miss. Out of bounds off Morrow. It is.
I think they're going to live with Andre Owens shooting threes and play him for the drive. This is the guy you don't want shooting threes.
Smith tried behind the back. Into the hands of Brown. Should have been a reset of the shot clock. Owens stepping in. Morrow back into the hands. Here's Williams. Left wide open. Couldn't knock it down. And now Rush. Can he take advantage? Won't go. It is a long, cold stretch on both sides. Morrow finally ends it with a 3, bringing Bivouac within 6 points of a win, evening their record at 3-3. Somebody was going to get a 3 to go down to end that stretch.
And Morrow got his feet set. I like the way the guys are still trying to move the basketball. Just find the open man.
Morrow now with 19. Morrow leading the way for Bivouac. Aliens closing out the night in the Big 3 in Salt Lake City. Next Saturday, the Big 3 rolls into the Windy City. We'll get it started. 1 o'clock Eastern time on CBS. Ghost Ballers versus Tri-State. And then Killer Threes trying to bounce back from the loss earlier. That's 2 Eastern on CBS. Wrapping it up with Enemies versus Power and a chance at 4-1 to go to 5-1. That's on CBS Sports Network. And Power trying to keep pace now with triplets who are 5-1. Top 2 teams in the Big 3.
And boy, Corey Maggette, he's going to make a run at Joe Johnson for the MVP of the league.
And they're representing here in Salt Lake the 2 top teams in the Big 3 right now. Triplets and Power. c.j.leslie's triplets and Nancy Lieberman's Power atop the Big 3 standings. Brown out of the timeout.
In that situation, Josh Smith has to come over and give some more help. The key is, where are the favorable matchups? How do we get open shots?
Morrow shot fake, sends Rush flying. Couldn't make him pay. Loose ball, Morrow hustles it down.
Josh Smith created that by going to the offensive glass.
Long rebound, Owens for the Aliens. Playing to 50, have to win by 2. Owens in tight on Morrow. Owens hits the deck hard.
And I know we talked about it in game 2. This game is not over. Now, we talked about it in the last game, and obviously, you know, it ended up being a little bit of a blowout, but Owens is really struggling. He's 0 for 8.
Number 6, Josh Smith.
And so you keep giving that shot, playing off of your bivouac right now, right?
Again, it's the Don Nelson.
Right.
You're open for a reason.
Owens takes it again and finally makes it, ending the over.
Finally. He wants you to stop talking about Carter. He wants you to stop talking about how ineffective he is offensively.
And now it is only a 5-point game, and Andre Owens 0 for no more. Big triple.
And that's where toughness shows up. Hey, I'm struggling, but I'm not going to shy away from my lack of productivity. I'm going to stick with it, still have a high level of confidence. And that's a great example, especially for all of the young kids that are here tonight with our crowd. And this crowd has been incredible tonight. I love the energy in the building.
Sticking with a late night in Salt Lake City. Aliens hoping for a late comeback to avoid 2 and 4. Oh, yeah. Up for the Jazz, up for the Big 3. Somebody's got some caffeine.
Yeah. I was thinking about getting a haircut like that, but my wife said no, don't do it.
You know, it works for him. Not sure if it's an Avery look. I mean, hey, and I appreciate the love on the jacket.
The jacket,
smooth.
Pocket,
hey, thank you. Oh, Smith in tight. So out of a timeout, Reggie Theus draws it up for Josh Smith.
And I think what Reggie Theus' message was to the team, let's not abandon what's working for us. Getting the ball to Josh Smith in the paint or on the post have been effective for us in the second half.
Owens tried the 4. Aliens needed that one.
Go right back to him.
Morrow and Owens banging on the perimeter, trying to get it into Smith, draws a foul. I mean, when you're playing small and you're down, you have to be extra aggressive. Aliens are showing that.
And the one thing you don't want to do if you're Josh Smith is, you know, have an offensive foul. Hold your position. You don't want to elbow the defender. And if you do that, then basically you're bringing refereeing into the game.
Games to 50. Reggie Theus' Bivouac closing in. Smith again. Backing in on Brandon Rush. Smith stripped by Rush. Owens hustles back. Rush has it. Rush blocked by Williams at the rim. What a recovery.
Nice block by Shawne Williams, going straight up, blocking the shot with 2 hands. It'd be interesting to see if this was all Shawne Williams or Brandon Rush.
What a block. What a recovery by Williams.
Yeah, that's what you call giving yourself up for the team. That's textbook defense. And you can't come over and help. Remember we talked about shell drill defense?
Right.
One of the great things about a shell drill defense, you have to see man and ball. So Williams wasn't just concerned about his man. He understood because he had vision. He was in a defensive stance, and he was able to come over and support.
And now the question is, who's it off of? Looks like Brandon Rush,
Yeah,
meaning
like
Bivouac
Rush.
ball, meaning at 46 points, closing in on 50. This might be the last best chance for the Aliens to get this one reversed.
And I think if Rush had it all over, if he had to do it all over again, he probably would make a short pass to Shannon Brown right here because he's wide open.
Because the help's already come over.
The helps, yes.
There from Shawne Williams, so.
The really great, the teams that are just exceptional on any level of basketball, they make that pass over and over and over again.
Waiting to get this official word, and it is Bivouac ball. Out of bounds off the Aliens. We think that's the right call. So Bivouac 4 points away from the win. Into Smith.
The only chance Rush has is to try to strip Smith here and get a steal.
Smith dumps it off. Lane and Williams. Shawne Williams, a beneficiary. Bivouac 2 points away from a win. What a look.
This would be an extraordinary win for Bivouac under the circumstances if they can finish this game.
Oh, Brown can't finish at the rim. Rush trying to help him out. That is a blocking foul called. Chance for the and one.
Unlike the last time, Shawne Williams was just late
Right.
to get his position, get in position to take a charge.
And so here we go. You said this was going down to the wire, and we began the night talking about how when you don't have a game clock, you're playing to score. It opens up a myriad of scenarios late, and here come the Aliens. I mean, you get a chance right now to get within 6. Rush can't take advantage, so now Bivouac, can they end it? Right here, Morrow, game over. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Not done yet. No shot. We got a foul before the shot on the floor.
What did he call? Did he call an offensive foul on Morrow?
Lane violation on Smith is the call, and so wipe out the bucket. Aliens ball, and the Aliens aren't done yet. After the lane violation, wipes out the game winner. Brown foul on Smith, and Brown's going to the line 1 shot for 2. So
Yeah, stepped in too early. Smith on the lane.
well, that's an odd one, though, wiping out the game winner. So now can the Aliens take advantage?
I think if you call that, you can call lane violations all game.
It's a question mark. Now can Bivouac add the exclamation point? Or can Rush and the Aliens come all the way back?
Is that lane violation going to be an early Christmas present for the Aliens?
And now can into the post. Josh Smith trying to end it again. Smith in tight, in the lane. Lost it on the way up, didn't get it back. We got another whistle. And what do we have now?
I think he was saying the shot clock reset.
So shot clock did not reset.
Yeah, it should be about 6 seconds on the shot clock.
All right, so now at the end of this one, we're gonna have to make sure we have the shot clock squared away. Shot clock reset, should not have reset. And so what have you got left on the shot clock? And they've already got 6, and that's what you saw from the get-go.
Right, great
was 6.
job by the officials in this situation. They're going to get it right. It should be 6 seconds on the shot clock.
So there's Smith. It's an air ball. Shot clock was reset, should not have been. And then you're going to take it down to where it stopped right around 6, which is what's showing right now. 6 on the shot clock. We'll see if there's any change from that, but looks like that's about where we're going to be playing ball.
Yeah, and if the Aliens come back and win, Josh Smith is going to think he's going to kick himself because that was a makeable shot in the paint, and you know, you're 2 feet from the basket and you shoot an air ball. You know, hit the basket at least, because then you may be in better position offensive rebounding if it doesn't go in. But Morrow was trying to get the ball back out to Shawne Williams. But right here, this is the shot that Josh Smith, this is the shot that he won.
Thinking about 5 rather than 6.
Okay, you were off by 1 second.
Sure, well, you know, that's generally in the ballpark. But now another chance. Now can Bivouac close it out officially? Into Smith, turnaround, couldn't hit it again. Rush, Aliens still in it. Down by 5. Here's Rush on the wing. Emmett takes it. Emmett's looking for 4. Emmett crossing over. Attacking on Williams all the way to the rim. Aliens back within 1.
That looked like a CP3 hesitation move.
Smith finally wants to end it. Smith banging in tight. Lost it on the way up. Into the hands of Morrow. Morrow heaves it. Smith. No whistles, no violations, just a game winner. Josh Smith ends any chance that the Aliens can steal it in the end.
Walk off. That's like a walk-off home run.
Home run hitter.
Josh Smith was struggling to score, and great way to finish the game. Outstanding putback on that offensive rebound by Smith.
After the 0-for-7 start, Smith closes out the game 18, and the game winner, Bivouac.
Brandon Rush was trying to do his job by boxing out, but he was just too small, and when you don't have Greg Oden or Ryan Hollins in the game, that's the price that you pay.
So small ball late. Aliens had an 8-0 run to make it tight down the stretch. Josh Smith missed a chance at a game winner, but on the 3rd opportunity, it's a runoff win for Bivouac. They are now 3-3 and still in playoff contention in the Big 3. Smith game winner, 50-47, the final. And our game 3, our TGI Fridays player of the game is Anthony Morrow with 19. So filling in for the injured Will Bynum, Anthony Morrow has carried the load.
Yeah, and Reggie Theus was really concerned about this game. He said, who's going to step up? We need a guy tonight to lead us to victory. And not only Anthony Morrow, obviously Josh Smith, you know, with his performance, especially after getting off to a slow start, but Anthony Morrow was really efficient tonight. Those numbers look good on any day of the week.
And Anthony Morrow's 19, Smith's 18. Bivouac for Reggie Theus end up winning it and going to 3-3. So top 4 make the playoffs. You have triplets in power at the top. Killer threes now 4-2 with the loss at the beginning of the night. Bivouac 3-3. And Aliens, this was close to a must-win for the playoff chances. They fought to the end with that late 8-0 run, but it is 2-4. Anthony Morrow is with Brandon Tierney.
Yeah, we're in the bowels of the stadium. Had to chase him down, but I got him. You play that well, I'm going to run after you. 8 for 11, 19 points. But you were saying, you don't get the calls. You don't get the respect that you think you should. You did say that.
This is a team that got to get it out the mud, man. Expansion team, just like any other league. So it's fun, though, man. You know, we just had to scrap for it. Knew we had to get back 500. We were 2-3. We knew they were desperate for a win. I think we had the same record. So just had to put ourselves in the position moving down the stretch, man, going into the playoff time.
How different is it without Bynum? Obviously a huge piece of the puzzle for you.
Yeah, man. I mean, everybody got to step up, man. So that means staying in the gym during the week, getting up extra shots, staying in shape, whatever it is. The stuff I've been making sure I try to do, you know, not knowing when somebody going to go down. So Will being down the last 2 weeks, man, I really wanted to make it a point to really be more aggressive, look for my shots more aggressively and help Josh out. He get double teamed and hacked every game, so we got to do what we can to help him out with him being the centerpiece.
Well, we know one thing about you. You wake up, you can shoot it, so that's something you always have. In terms of, you know, upward mobility, and I talked to Reggie about this before the season. I talked to Coach about it tonight. Where are you guys? How good could this team be?
We could be great, man. They had some injuries. You know, one injury in this league with 6 players, they can throw everything off. So, you know, we got the chemistry. We very close off the court. So, really it's about locking in and doing what we need to do individually during the week, working out, whether it's playing 3-on-3, 5-on-5. I think guys been doing a good job of that. So, you know, I think we're going to use this game as momentum going forward, playing a really good killer 3 team in Chicago. So, we got to stay focused.
Nicely done. 19 points, very efficient as well. Okay, hey, I'll tell you what. Quietly laying in the weeds here. They might not get the first page headline, guys, but Bivouac starting to gel at the right time.
Yes, they are now 3-3, and this one was a hard fought. Still more to come from Salt Lake City. Bivouac wins it in the end.